Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. Let me just open the chat. Hey Mr. PhD, welcome to the stream. Thanks. Yeah, I had some plans yesterday, so that's why I couldn't do stream. Hey Shivani, welcome to the stream. Thank you. Is the audio is good today? Can you hear me properly? Thanks. Yeah, because I just bought this new arm last weekend, and it lets me put my speaker very close to my mouth, and it does make a great impact on my stream audio. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, I just about both it was a kit, I guess. I'm not sure, but I think it was a kit which included the shock mount, this mic stand, and the pop filter. This mic stand comes with the condenser mic connector. Not sure if you guys can see. So it will be also good if I bought a condenser mic in the future. Okay, that's great. So let's start work. Let's see what we are going to do. So in the last stream we completed routes for the product, and in today's stream we will create routes for the shops so that user can add different shops where they usually buy products, and later we will also start working on a routes for quantities. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for asking. Is it because did you ask is because of my voice? Yeah, I'm running this stream on ultra low latency. Okay. So yeah, let's start working on this. So we will just complete the shops route first. Yeah, thanks. How about you? How's going in India? That's nice. Okay. Let's just import the express in this file. Let's just import this file in the index file. Okay, let me just change the name of this file. It should be index.js. Okay. And it will use the same middleware as the products route. It will also check that if the user is admin or not. Thanks Path, and welcome to the stream. Okay, let's just create a dummy route on this shops router. And let's just see if it works or not. npm start. Let's open Postman. Bad request because we have invalid token. Yes, because we are not logged in, so let's just grab it. The value should be the token, and let's try again. And we are getting the proper message. Did you upgrade your router speed? It's smoother than last stream. Yeah, I think it's because I decreased the resolution settings. It used to be like around, it was streaming on 2K and 60 frames per second, and it was taking a lot of bandwidth from my network, and it wasn't that smooth. So that's why I just changed it to like 1080, and I think that's good enough for programming. I don't need higher resolution than that, and 60 frames per second will be good enough for my internet speed. I'm glad that it is a bit smoother than the past streams. Hi Rishita, welcome to the stream. Okay, should I just decrease a bit? How about this? We grab all the shops from the database. We'll also need to await it. Oh, Parth is my cousin. Yeah, Parth is my cousin. He's also mod in our Discord server. Okay. We'll say that the count of total shops. So let's try making request again. Okay. Why is it complaining? It should be this. Oh, it should be npm run there. It isn't refreshing after I make any changes. So let's try making request again. And yeah, it works. It is returning us the list of all the shops. Okay. We will start working on the create route. Hey Darshita, welcome to the stream. Oh no, just this Parth is my cousin. The other two are my friends. Okay. We will also need a validator for this shops route. I just copy the products validator file, rename it. We are importing joy. We don't need object ID in this one. We will have just a name field. We don't need any other fields. You can just remove it. String, trim it, make sure that it doesn't have any non-white space characters, and a regex should be the pattern name would be shop name, and it is required. Rename it to shop validator. Shop schema. We will validate the request.body. And if the result has any error, we are erroring out to next function. We don't need to check for shop in this validator, so we can just remove it. Valid shop name valid shop. That's fine. We'll just import it in shops file. should be new shop. The name should be, it will come from request dot valid shop dot name, and we will just console log it out for now, and we will see that if we are getting proper values or not. Open Postman. We try to make a post request to create route. It should fail because name is required. Let's add a field. Raw data, JSON type. Superstore. And we are creating it. Yeah, we are fetching proper value from valid shop object. Okay, so let's just save it to the database now. Save. Successfully, and we will return shop name in the response. If we get any error, we will just pass it to the next function, and that should be all for this function. It should have created a shop in the database now. So let's just do a get request on shops. Let's just duplicate it. It should be get request, and it has both of those shops in the database. We added Walmart and manually. Because of that reason, we don't have created it and updated add values in that document. But yeah, but our create function, create route is working now. Let's just quickly work on edit route. There won't be much of the change we need to do. And it will be patch request. Rather than creating new shop, we will just make a query to the database. Let's just first grab ID from request URL. Request.params.id. Oh, I can use object destructure. And we can just pass that ID to find query. We will await this function. Okay, and if we don't find any shop in database, it should be find one. and we will set the response status to 404, and we will return out of this function. Okay, that's been taken care of. And I just grab shop name from the valid shop name which we added inside our shop validator. Should be request dot valid shop dot name. Then we don't really need to make any changes. What was the response code we sent out in user route? No, that's fine. I like that everyone's chatting inside live chat. It feels good. $422. I'll just error it out. Hey Jamin, welcome to the stream. So if the updated shop name is not same as the name inside the database, then we will update the name. So let's just do that. So update route should also work now. Let's just do that. Shops, and let's grab the ID. Patch request, and shop does not exist. Why would be that? Is it because of its underscore ID? It shouldn't be though. So we are grabbing the proper ID from the link, but we are getting null in response. Let's try updating the superstore. It might be because we created that entry manually. Name value fails to match the shop name pattern. Is it because we have space inside that? Hey, Mr. PhD, should this regex let us, like, shouldn't this regex let us add space inside the name, inside the fill? So should it be like this? Nah, this means space, I guess. And we will also need to update our product validator because it is using the same regex. Because I would like to let users add space inside the name. Okay. For product name, they might also use some digits inside that. Yep. Okay. Let's try that. Okay. This should be fine, right? In very regular expression. Range out of the order of in character class. Oh yeah, I see. The small s is the space, right? That would include words and digits. Okay, I see. So this is the right regex, right? Thanks, Jamin, for tuning in. Have a good day. Okay, yeah. So this should be fine for this one. The same goes for the shop validator. Let's try making request again. Shop doesn't exist. That is weird. So let's just see how our code is working for at this moment. Let me try doing this, or I can just pass ID, I guess. Maybe this should work. Find one must be an object. Got 5. Okay, okay. Oh yeah, yeah, that is a better choice. Find by ID. Yeah, I think that's what I used in other routes. Validation failed. Path name is invalid. Superstore. Okay, why is that? So what the response is, name is invalid. Is it because of the model? Yeah. Yeah, it is updating shop now. So let's just make a index request again and it's updated now. That's nice. Let's do the same with Walmart. It's updated now, and yeah, it is working now, so that's nice. So update route is already done. The only thing left is now to work on delete route. S would include tabs, line fade, line break, and all kind of white space though. Yeah, that's true. But when I try doing this, it says that it is invalid escape character. Spaces between words. Just add a space in character class. Okay, so we can just do this. We will also need to make that change in shop model. Yeah, but I want one. It says unnecessary, then remove the bag. Yeah. When will you teach me JavaScript? Yeah, we are learning JavaScript right now. You can just tune in. But yeah, sure. You can just you can join our Discord server. I think. Yeah, I forgot to add the link in this in the description. Let me just find a link. So here is the link in the chat. You can just join our Discord server, and where we help each other learning new things. Yeah, so currently we are working on the backend using JavaScript. Once it is done, then we will start working on a front end using Vue.js. Yeah, sure. Just call me whenever you're free. Okay. So that is working now. let's just work on the delete route. It will be very similar to the edit route, update route, sorry. It will be a delete request. Shops validator, we don't really need that, do we? Nah, we just need ID. Find by ID. If the shop doesn't exist, then we will say that it doesn't, like if there isn't any shop in database, we're just responding, we are responding with shop doesn't exist message. So that is good. We don't need any of these things. We can just say that delete it. Deleted shop successfully, and we just respond with the ID. I have some cake left for my birthday, so yeah. I will be eating that after stream, so yeah, you are not the only one with the cake, man. Okay, let's try deleting Walmart. We don't really need anything in the body. The shop is deleted now. Let's make request again. And yeah, we have only one shop in database. So yeah, so we have completed all the routes for shops, and that's the 50% of the stream. Now we will start working on the products quantities. Just give me a moment. I was thinking something different for quantity routes. We don't need full CRUD functions on quantities because user will only be updating values each time before they go to database. Before they go to shopping. So I'm just planning to do something so that we only need to do like 1 or 2 routes. We don't like, I don't think so we will need clear route for other for other tables, because the shops table will hardly have like 10 shops. I don't think so even they have 10 shops, not sure. As far as I know, they are only shopping from major like 2 or 3 major shops. So, and yeah, they can update or delete them manually. The same goes with the users. They will hardly have like 3 users in the database. But we can definitely add clear route in products quantity so that it sets all the products quantities to 0 by default. That's what we can do. So what my plan is for right now is, again, I am not sure how I will accomplish it in the front end, but if we don't find any quantities from server, then we will just show 0 to front end and whenever user make any updates, then we will just make update request to the database. This way we'll only have one request for quantities, because which is update function, I'm still thinking how I should go with this one. Uh, just give me a moment. I will just fill up my bottle water. Okay. So yeah, basically we will only need update route for quantities. And now I'm thinking how we will set up the quantity database. Should I just add that under in the products model that we were doing before? Hey Kurvin, welcome to the stream. How are you today? So this table will have a product ID. Yeah, I'm pretty good. It's starting to get cold here, so yeah, it's a good atmosphere now. It's good outside, and my college is also starting from tomorrow. So yeah, this will have quantities object. Yeah, the winter will start in, I guess, about a month, and then for like 6 months I will only be seeing snow outside, and it's really boring. And I miss India a lot for that. Oh, let me just clear that. A shop is where user will go to buy different products, and we can create another table called stores, which will have a list of all the store that they have. So we can do store ID. Yeah. Okay. That's, yeah, I think this will be a bit better choice. Although the only thing I'm concerned about because is that we will be making multiple requests. So if user is updating values for one product for all three stores, we will be making 3 requests in the front end. Although we can add some we can add a update route in a way that it grabs quantity for for all three stores for the individual product, and then we make requests to the database. That is something that we can do. Even though we might decrease the amount of request from front end to back end, but it will still be making 3 requests to the database. And no, not 3, it will be 6 requests, because we will first make requests to the database to see if product is there. Oh, it will be 9 requests, because first we will make sure that product exists, then we will make sure the store exists, and then the third request for individual quantity will be where we will saving it to the database. So there will be too many requests. As far as I know, I don't think so they will be making any changes to their stores at near future. So I think I will just go with quantity nested object which have shop and quantity value. Yeah, I think I will go with this for now. This way we will making only one request from front end to back end and one request from technically 2 requests from back end to database. I want to keep this request to database minimal so that they don't really need to pay for MongoDB at starting. They can just go with the free version of MongoDB. Let's just create a folder. It should be here. Let me just make it singular quantity. Let's import model and schema from Mongoose. Product one. I'm making too many requests. Schema. New schema. It will have product ID. The type will be string. It is required. Quantities and I will grab this from environment variables, and the type for this object will be number. Default value, I'm not sure if I can set default value, or let me just look it up. Mongo's default. Yeah, we can set default values. So we'll just set the default to 0. Yeah, that's true. It's the name is too long. Okay, so that's for that store. We'll do the same. Yeah, it was very long. And we will add environment variables. Let's change it to store 1. Okay, and this should be and we will export it as new model called product quantity, and we'll pass the schema. We'll also make sure that timestamps are enabled. I think it should be like this. Yeah. Product will be limits to 3 stores. Yeah, so we are keeping track of product quantities only to these 3 stores. I just had an idea. We can also make an array of 3 values, but I don't think so how secure it is. That's why I just went with the object. It will also be easier in the front end to grab values according to the store names. What I am thinking that if we are just going with a nested object, we can directly add it to the product object, like in the product model, and then we can just create a route which only affects the quantities. How does that sound like? Would that be a good idea? Because every time we make any update, we will need to make sure that product exists. So that will increase the requests that we are making to database. Technically it will be same request, but yeah. The thing is, if we are using the model, then we can set those values to default to 0 whenever any new product created, and then we are just making then we are just updating those values. Other, like in this case, we will like first need to check that if this product quantity exists, and then we will need to uh, create product quantity entry, otherwise we will update it. That is a good choice if we are working with MySQL, but if you will go with that MongoDB, you are making unnecessary requests if you go with this way. The whole idea of MongoDB is to create a schema that can hold data however the way you like. So yeah, I think this will increase the amount of requests, and as well as it will make a bit complicated to keep track of, because there will be tons of different products. Hey GJ27, welcome to the stream. So when are you streaming next? Yeah, I will just copy this to the product model. I copied the wrong thing. Quick break. That's good to hear. I will surely join your stream. We will need to drop all the records in product. Let's open Mongotron. So whenever you make any changes to the schema in Mongoose, so Mongoose will not let you. It won't let you change the schema. It's more like it's more like it adds that strict type to the MongoDB, very similar to the MySQL. Like in native MongoDB, you can add or you can change schema of document whenever you want, but Mongoose is like it adds that strict type to the database, which is really good. Like just one object. Make the product have a stock field that keeps track of shop ID quantity. Store ID and quantity. So then in that case, but I see what you are saying, but I don't think that we really need a different database for different collection for stores. It isn't like that they are gonna buy another 3 stores in next week or something like that. Even though if they are doing in the future, they can let me know before, and yeah, I think that will be a bit better choice here. Hey Dharmik, thank you for the subscribe. I really appreciate it. Okay. Did it show the alert for this follow? Yeah, it did. I think so. It should have showed something in the stream as well. Kind of an overlay. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it is working now then. So yeah, if your subscriptions are public in YouTube settings and you subscribe when I am live, then it will show a notification, kind of an alert box. Okay, so I think that is good, and we are setting default values to 0. So whenever we create new product, each store will have set values to 0. Okay, that's nice. If there is a patch request to quantity and product ID, it can have, I think it can have, but we can just go with the we can just go with adding stores hard coded. I don't think so we really need that for now. Model schema with dynamic keys. And a key is variable. I suppose you mean string. You want a dynamic schema. The key is not variable. The situation I have when the key name is variable, not the same for all objects as I illustrated in the example. Okay, and you should use strict false as well. If you don't know what the key name will be, you probably shouldn't define a strict schema for that. Yeah, I don't think so it's possible currently, and I don't want to disable the strict schema function in this database. This is something that you shouldn't be doing in Mongoose. It can raise some security issues as well, so that's why. Response next. First find product. Before that, create validator for quantities, update values. Yeah, those are the three steps we need to do in this function. So let's just first create a validator function. It will be a async function, request response next. Let's create a schema for that. So user can only send values from which has a very similar schema to the quantities objects itself. Dot environment store 1. It will be a number, minimum value is 0, and we don't really need a maximum value for that, and it's not technically required. Yeah, I think I will just require the value from front end, and then we will set up a logic in backend so that we are making query to the database only if there is any changes in the quantities. And it will be I can just copy this. Product quantity schema, validate the request.body. If there's any error, then we are just sending it to the next function. That's nice. Otherwise, we are just valid product quantity to the request object. We will export this function, product validator and product quantity validator. We will need to make change to products index file. Quantity validator, we will use it inside this route. Also, we'll need to make sure that user is admin. So that is done for quantities. Let's grab ID from your request URL. Array instead of string? Not really. Oh yeah, wait a minute. The thing is, I don't think so we can use, can we? Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, because we can't do that. If we are setting the object keys value dynamically, we will wrap it around square brackets. It just says this, yeah, it just says that grab the value from this variable. Let me just show you very quickly. And if we create another function, kind of an object, we can pass name here, vault, and if we print out the object, it is grabbing the name variable's value as a key of for that object. So that's what we are doing in that function. Let's grab the ID from request.params dot product ID. You should have used role to determine if a user is an admin, or else if a user accidentally changed the name to admin's name, he will have access to those roles. A user will never be able to change his name in our system. Also, user will never be able to create its own account. Admin will be doing it on his side, and I will be changing the admin username in the production version, so it won't have the same admin username. It will be a bit different, and our database does not let users to, like, it does not let any entries which has same username, so technically they can't get access of admin. They can't really get admin access to the database. And if you see in the auth middleware, the user is admin. I am not checking that if the value is admin string. I am just grabbing that value from the process.environment. So this way it will always check that the admin username that I have set in the production matches to the logged in user. Also, I can use something like this. I don't think so that will work. I will just keep it like this for now. Okay. Products model, find by ID, and execute the function. There isn't any product, then status to set status to 404, next new. User can steal his or her name. Still change. No, user cannot change anything. Admin will be creating accounts for users, and passwords as well, and user will only be able to log in with those credentials. Only admin has access to make any changes to users database. Valid quantities, we will just grab it from request. Did I name that valid quantities? Just a moment, I'm getting a call. Not sure who was in the call. The call just ended as soon as I just picked it up. I think I will just need to add it to block list, I guess. Okay. That is a proper variable name. Let's just grab it in index file. Yeah, maybe. I just like the call just ended, so I don't think so. I don't think so. I need to worry about it that much. But yeah, I do get a scam calls a lot from like they are just saying that your scene number is about to your scene number is expired and you need to contact our associate, something like that, and your legal action will be taken. There's yeah, I do get those calls a lot. Okay, so we can create a function is quantity change, and it will have a quantities object. Hey Shivani, welcome back to the stream. Okay, so we will first need to quantities and updated quantities. We can just return something like this, that quantities dot it should be like this. Okay, store 2 and store 3. So if If the quantity is not changed, then we will not make any queries to database. We'll just drop that request. So let's just pass the quantities from product. TITS. That's what I named in the model, I guess. Yeah, that's quantities. And we will pass valid product quantities inside that. Status will be 422. Invalid quantities values. Yeah, that's true. It would have been fun. It would be a very, very nice feature in the node, I guess. Otherwise, we can just we can just set quantities, which should be TIES, with the valid product quantities. Then we will just save it to the database. Set the status to 200. Add a message that updated product quantities successfully, and quantities will be valid product quantities, and product ID will be we'll grab it from DB product, or I can just use the ID. Okay, and if we find any error, then we can just pass it to the next function. I think this path will make more sense. So the route will be like API version 1 products, then ID, and then quantity. Yeah. What is the error we are getting on model? It's the index file. Oh, okay, that's nice. Okay, let me just close all the files. Oh, inside products index, updated product quantities. I'm not sure where I misspelled. Okay, let's try creating product. Products, and let's try post request. we already have field set up. So it JWT expired. I just grab it from here. Products does not exist. Product has been created successfully. Quantities, store 1, store 2, store 3. Yeah, it is grabbing right name. Shops, ID, name, price, image. Yeah, it is working. So let's try doing grab the ID. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. It should be NTITY. Thanks, Mr. Pastry, for that. Okay. Let's try making a request again. It should fail. It should be patch request. First of all, store 1 is required. That's nice. It is working. Let's see that if store 1 has 1 value, store 2 has 3, and store 3 has 5. Let's see if that works. $422. Why would be that? Oh. What values did I pass? Okay, DB product at quantities and valid products. Why is it complaining? Irregular white space not allowed. Okay, let's make request again. Invalid quantity values. Let's see the console log. They have different values. Let's see what is wrong with the is quantity changed function. Quantities. Oh, I misspelled again. Let's change that first. Yeah, I am returning the result from, because I'm using the round basis, so it is a it does mean that I am returning the result of this function. Sorry, return result of this expression. Yeah, expression. That's the right word for that. What's okay? Do I need to convert these values into a number? Let's try again. It is still erroring out. So yeah, I am using this what we call it's the round basis. It means that the whatever we are writing after that, we are returning it as function's result. So first of all, we are grabbing store1 value, store2, store3 from updated quantities. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, already number. I don't think so. Why? It is not working as expected. Let's make a request again. It is false. Store1 result false. Why is it calling twice? Oh yeah, it's because of this function. Send a request. Let's see what it returns. Yeah, that is expected that the value is 0. Let's grab it from updated quantities. We are getting value 1. So yeah, that is those values are definitely different. Getting 3. And we are getting 5, so that it is working for updated quantities. Let's go with quantities. Store3, it should return 0. It is. Let's go with 2. It is returning 0. This is really strange. Should be it's similar instead of it's changed lol. Yeah. The comparison is to check for similarities. That's true. I'm not sure why this function is not working. Let's try mimicking it inside node. It's an object. Store 1 has value of 0. Store 2 has value of 0 as well. Store 3 has 0. Valid quantities. Store 1 has value of 1. 2 has value of 3 and 3 has value of 5. Oh. Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, that's true. It's because of the exclamation mark. That was a very silly mistake. Is quantity similar? And let's try doing it again. Now it is working. I just grab all the products. I will need to use the updated JWT. And we are getting a product with updated quantities. Nice, it is working. And if I try to make the request with the same values again, invalid quantity values. Yeah, so quantities also been taken care of. So at this point looks like everything is done for backend. There isn't anything left to do in backend. So we have completed a product route including quantities. The shop route is also done. User routes are also done. And we also completed the auth route. So I think that's all we need for the backend. It looks like from the next stream we will start working on the front end with the Vue.js. I have been live for around 2 hours, I guess now. Yeah, 1 hour 45 minutes. Yeah, front end is next with the Vue.js. The I think the only thing where it will take a long time to accomplish is the product page. Sorry, product quantity page, because the idea is very similar to like Trello board or something, that each input has like each product has its row in the table, and each row has three columns for all three stores. And whenever users press like enter the upgrade the value of the quantity and press tab, I basically want to save that value. It will be a bit tricky. It's not that tricky, I know, but yeah, it will be a bit hard to accomplish it. We will also need to show limited amount of products in one page so that it doesn't create a very long list of a very long web page. It will make very hard to find any product. And we will also need to add some kind of search function in products table so that user can easily find any product if inside the list. My idea is we will be using like we can use view material. Sorry, not view material, it's Beautify. Yeah, like it's kind of bit fast to create a project with Vue than creating with Angular, and I do not like the React syntax, so that's why like I don't like to create projects with it. It is a good framework, but I am not a fan of its syntax, where all the codes are written inside a single JS file, and it is hard to find it's hard to find separate HTML, CSS, and JavaScript code. While in the Vue.js, it's very clear. It's for me, so some you guys might like React.js, but this is me, like, and I like Vue.js a lot. Single file components. So the Vue.js code looks something like this, where a template tag includes all the HTML code, a script tag includes all the JavaScript code, and style tag includes all the CSS related to that component. I only used PHP before to deal with DB I didn't know Angular either. Yeah, I created very simple project with Angular. Let me find that. Your I created this website using Angular. It was fun and I really like it. But the learning curve for Angular is very steep. There is so many things to learn. So yeah, I will drop a link. But if someone is working on a enterprise level, like if you are creating project that is on enterprise level, then I would definitely say that go with Angular, because it's kind of a typed JS framework, and it does help a lot when you are working with multiple people on the same project. So I think that will be for this. This is not a local server. No, I have deployed it using Warsaw. Hey Mon, welcome to the stream. Which is based framework of React or Angular? They, as far as I haven't used both of them that much, so I don't have that experience with either of them. But as far as I know, that each framework has their own potential, and what I think is that Angular is really good if you are working with uh, kind of a very large project where many multiple people are working at the same project. As Angular is written in TypeScript, so it is a bit easy to make sure that the code is right. It also gives a proper auto completion in the IDE as well. So there are some features that comes with TypeScript. There are some side backs. So at the end, if you are working with your like personal projects, definitely go with whatever framework you are good with. I like Vue.js, so I just basically create for my all the projects using Vue.js. It's just fun to write code in Vue. Hey Kataria, hey Ronak, welcome to the stream. Thank you, Mr. Pedro, for tuning in. See you soon. Hey guys, looks like I'm gonna end the stream now. That's all for this for today's stream. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I think I will be streaming again in this weekend, so that will be cool. Thank you, Shivani. Bye guys, have a good day.